Hey everyone, this is Charles John, CEO of World Class Media, aka C to the V, and I have a very cool podcast for you. This is episode one of how to make six plus figures with your art. So you could be making six plus figures at your day job, like I do, and then do music or whatever on the side. But today I want to talk about how to navigate the snakes in the independent artist um, fields because there are a lot of people who will take 90% of your income and only leave you 10%. So I recommend you do everything independent. I'm starting out my own band called C to the V. And also, I am launching my new podcast for worldclassmedia.com. And you can watch every episode there. Today's episode is how to land six plus figures as an artist. I wrote a book called How to Land Six Figures in 90 Days. And I will link to that book and I will also break that down into its own podcast on how to do that. But today I just wanted to give you kind of an overview about how to do that. And the first step to creating as an artist and being 100% transparent with you, the first step is you need to get stability with your income. And the global marketplace for work is like a ladder. I have a SEO company where I do search engine optimization, and I also um, do cybersecurity and cloud-based consulting. And I have a big government contract where I help do that, and I make over six figures. I've also helped my wife land six plus figure offer. She makes six plus figures in the lighting industry, and so we're doing quite well. So I want to start off by saying you need to get stability, and I think anybody can make six plus figures. You have to find what you're good at, and you have to find what's really needed and wanted. And sometimes you have to do what you hate till you can delegate, right? Till you can give it to somebody else. So there are three steps to landing a six-figure offer. First of all, you have to find what your passion is. And I'm going to give you a free checklist on how to find your passion. If you don't know what your passion is, this will ask you certain questions on how to locate exactly what you're passionate about and how to find and and land offers that surround that passion. There's lots of different offers around, maybe even being a project manager. Even if you're not good at computers or if you're computer savvy, you can get into cybersecurity. Or if you're like I am, if you are computer not computer savvy, you can become a project manager for a large contract. I work with tons of government contracts, and they all have a project manager who makes a lot of money managing that project. So you don't have to, doesn't have to be like music or film or whatever, but you should have at least over six figures before you start creating. And that's what I would recommend. You get stable, you get that income coming in, then you can do music on the side like I do. And you can actually pay for things that you need done. You can pay for streaming services, you can pay for editing, you can pay for, I have both my kids in music lessons. And it's very important that you are stable in order to feel good and also be in the right mindset to create, right? Creating is the greatest joy there is in life, is to create things. And I want to help you take your 10-year goal. If you haven't heard of the Elon Musk challenge, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking my 10-year goal, which is I'd like to make 10 albums, and I'm going to shrink it down to 6 months. And I'm going to take this challenge and actually get my music out there. So let's talk about how to land six figures. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step checklist that takes you all the way through it. But the first step is understanding what you would like to do or what you can do and what's needed desperately by the field. For example, cybersecurity is desperately needed by companies. You know, if they get hacked, they have to have somebody to protect them against that. So it is a highly desirable and very easy field to land a six plus figure offer in. Now, if you are also not computer savvy, I would recommend going like the project manager route or going into a field like lighting, or something that is blowing up, that is growing quickly. You don't want to go into a field like news because the news, I believe, is dying, right? News organizations are going away. mainstream social media is taking over. In order to do that, I would look for, jobs around a specific, there's riches and niches, right? So I would look for niches that you're good at. And what you need to do is look on LinkedIn. And now what you also should do is make yourself look like a professional. Let's say you worked at Subway. Instead of saying I worked at Subway for 4 years as a sandwich clerk or as a sandwich person, I would say I worked for a Fortune 500 company as a customer service person. You can change it so that it sounds much more professional and it sounds much more similar to what they're looking for. Um, the other thing is you need to connect to recruiters. I do a thing called 10, 10, 10. So on LinkedIn, I'll add 10 new recruiters requests, friend requests, or connection requests. Networking is what they call it. And I think I'm at 20,000 plus recruiters now that I have connected with. But just every day, I just add 10, add 10, add 10. And then the next 10 is I will look for 10 remote positions that I would like to apply for, and I apply for them. Now, at the moment, I'm bringing people under me, and I'm going to assign them to that position as a supervisor. So I'm going to bring more people under me and get them to land six-figure offers. But anybody can do this. So you can look on LinkedIn, go to the filters, change it to 6+ figures, 100,000 plus salary, and just look through jobs and find one that you could do pretty easily, because there's a ton out there. And search around whatever you enjoy doing or whatever you've done in the past. Now, recruiters, you need to understand, are there to just check the boxes. They're to say, my boss wanted X, Y, Z. I delivered X, Y, Z. They are not creative. They cannot connect the dots for you. You have to change your resume to match that job position, right? Very important. So you need to edit your resume to match what you're applying for. I have different themes around my resume. So I'll have like a cybersecurity resume. I will have a digital marketing resume. I'll have an SEO resume. I'll have a resume around these, and then I can just switch between them on LinkedIn and go, okay, SEO goes to this one. Government contracts goes to this one, etc. And I could just start pumping them out and get them done. So that's where the next 10 comes in. You apply to 10 6+ figure offers every day. Now, and there's tricks to doing this, and I can actually help you land a 6-figure offer in 90 days or less if you head over to worldclassmedia.com. And I believe I'll put a link to the book. You can get the book there on how to land 6+ figure offers. It's also on Amazon. But the last 10, so the first 10 is you add 10 recruiters on LinkedIn, and you need to post your picture, make it very professional. I like to post a suit and tie, so that the person can actually visualize me representing their company. You want to look as professional as possible. If you're a woman, put up, a very nice dress, formal, so that, and sometimes I don't even need to show my face on video. I'll just leave my suit and tie picture up when I'm doing the meeting. So it allows the other person to visualize you representing their company in a good way, right? So I would always recommend wearing a suit. Next, once you've friend requested 10 recruiters, and you can do this, let's say you forget a day, do 20 the next day, but I wouldn't recommend doing more than 30 in one day. You'll get a warning if you go over 30, or if you start sending out too much and they're not responding, you'll get a warning. Next, okay, apply to 10 positions, 6+ figures only, and I use what's called easy apply. It lets you just submit your resume and answer a couple questions, and you can apply to that position. Now, there's downsides to easy apply as well, because there's a lot of people who just do that. But if you're doing like 10 a day, make sure your resume is really well written. You can use AI these days to help you do that. Just go to, copy and paste the job position and say, take my resume and write it to this job position. Make it very professional, and it'll just do it for you. ChatGPT will just print it out for you. So the last one is reach out to 10 connections. So once they accept your connection, your first step is to get a response from them. Don't ask them to marry you on the first date. Don't say, blah, blah, I know you're looking for blah. don't try and get married to them right away. But the first thing you should do, I usually send them a thing, and you want to make sure that you put in as many non-spammy, authentic words in there as possible. In other words, look at where they went to college, right? Hey, I see you went to A&M. Uh, I lived right by A&M or whatever. Or you want to make it as authentic and unspammy as possible so they know it's not a spam bot just saying, hey, can I ask you a question? Right. So there's tons of spam on LinkedIn. So you want to make it as specific as possible. I like to throw my phone number at the end so they know that they can call me. It's just another uh, thing that shows that you're authentic and you're giving your cell phone out. And I'll also maybe put a thing like, hey, that's my cell, keep it under your hat. But you want to reach out to them and be like, hey, do you have any positions currently for blank? Or you can look at the company and see if they do have positions for blank and say, hey, I know you guys are looking for blank and I'd love to apply. Can I ask you a question about your company? I like to look at the recruiter and make it as authentic as possible, understand a little bit about them before you send the message, and make it so they know that it's not a spam bot, because you're really taking one extra 30 seconds to look at their profile and find something out about them. Like, hey, I see you've been there for 10 years. Can I ask you a question about blank company? Or, hey, I grew up in the US. I grew up in the same state as you. Anything that you can find that's similar to that person, communicate about it and put that in your message. All right. So to recap, you should start making 6+ figures before you start creating. That would be a priority for you, so that you can start creating and have money to relax and to raise your family and to live good. And you should make over 6 figures at least, right? So you should be applying to jobs with 6+ figure offers, and you should know that you're good enough for that. Part of that is having the certainty to do that, right? You need to say, I'm not going to accept anything less than 6 figures. And today's economy, I wouldn't. But hey, I'm not you. Maybe you need something immediately. Maybe you need to work at Subway or one of these places immediately to get off the ground. It's a stepping stone, right? You always have a stepping stone to get to the 6 figures. Maybe you want to do cybersecurity, and maybe you want to reach out to me. If you're computer savvy, reach out to us. We can help train you in cybersecurity. We can help get you a 6+ figure cybersecurity position if you're interested. Otherwise, next step B is do the 10-10-10 rule. Don't get emotional. Just follow the 10-10-10 rule. Friend request 10 people. Apply to 10 positions, 6+ figure offers. Quick apply on LinkedIn. Make sure your profile is professional before you do that. And the last one is send a message, DM them, and make it as unspammy as possible. Throw your phone number in there. Throw anything that you can find about that person that you have reality with, and you want to reach out to them about that. Be like, hey, we worked at the same company earlier, or I also, was interested. I saw you posted this job position. I had a question for you. Make it as unspammy and very specific as possible, and do the 10-10-10 every day. If you miss a day, follow up, do 20 the next day, right? You should be doing Monday through Friday. I skip the weekends, and I do like maybe 15 a day on Monday, 15 Tuesday, 15 Wednesday, and I skip Saturday and Sunday because people aren't usually at work those days. So, and they don't respond. So I hope this really helped you out on how to land 6+ figure offers. I can answer any questions for you. Write them here on the blog at worldclassmedia.com, or head over to C to the V, where you can get all my music, and my own podcast episodes will be uploaded there as well. Thanks for watching.